Okay, John 4:46 to 48, and actually a little bit above that, talks about how they welcomed Jesus back because they were impressed because they heard about the wine and him turning the water into wine. So everybody seems like was surrounding him, and I seemed like he was kind of fed up about it. So it says someone from the king's court actually seemed like traveled to where Jesus was and asked Jesus to heal his son who was like on the brink of death. So one, he traveled. So that's already a word. You have to travel to Jesus sometimes. Sometimes when you're confused and you don't know what's going on and the road is just so dark, you just have to keep going. You just have to keep going, keep trying, because he's worth it at the end of the day. And you have to put effort. It's not only Jesus. Like, you have to kind of meet him where you're at. You have to be real with yourself. And the guy asked Jesus, he was like, can you heal my son? And Jesus seemed kind of put off from him. And he was just like, unless you people are like surprised by a miracle or impressed by a miracle, y'all really don't want nothing to do with me. So it seemed like he was just kind of, he didn't really feel like nobody was genuine. But the guy did not take that for a no. The court official did not take that for a no. He was like basically just talking to Jesus like, Jesus, please, 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 please. This is about life or death. And I think that's a word in itself, because there was a time to where I really, really, really wanted a car, and I really, really wanted some doors opened. I wanted doors opened so bad. And Jesus was like, no. And I had to come to my senses, one, because God doesn't, Jesus doesn't tell you no for just no reason. His heart was not all the way in the right place. And it doesn't really tell us how the guy really convinced Jesus at the end of the day, but the reason I brought up my story is because I had to ask Jesus, like, Jesus, no, this is serious. Like, I need my car. And sometimes you have to have those real conversations with Jesus. And a lot of us is scared. He already knows your heart. And if you're sitting here and you're stuck and you don't know what to do, and you're like, oh my God, like, Jesus, this is serious. Like, my grandma, she's sick. If you can't heal her, because I'm not asking for everything, some things happen for a reason, at least give me the methods to be able to cope through this, because I need you. And sometimes you gotta tell Jesus, I need you right now. And Jesus literally answered the man and said, go home, your son lives. And it still seemed like the guy was having a little bit, he believed Jesus, but he still had a little bit of like, hey y'all, what time did my son get healed? Because I asked Jesus at this time. And when they told him and confirmed to him, the whole household believes. So just talk to Jesus, even if you're upset. And that's my day one scripture for today.